what happens when you be trying to rush. See my cup? Toe up. Trying to do too many things at one time. Peace and power, peace and power. Salute, salute, salute. Peace and power to the people that struggle. As you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space for learning and getting learned up. Know that this is a space for educating and being educated. Know that this is a space for conversation, comments and concerns, questions, answers, dialogue. This is a space of integrity, a space of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, a space of love. This is your space, a space of justice, intelligence, of queen comrades, king comrades. This is a space of masters, okay? Space of righteousness, a space where we are on a united path towards what? True liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Please keep all funding information. Hashtags, links, okay? Yeah, green screens, apps with cash, pals that pay, grams that are money, unions that are Western. God diggity dog it, jingle bells, sleighs, and Santa with the red suit and the bells and the goddamn collection plate, the squeegee man. Damn it, it's a war going on outside. Fun, the war effort. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Please book an assessment. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until it's too late. Book an assessment. Stop getting kicked out of the PTA meetings. Stop getting stopped before you even come in to the local grocery store. Wait a minute. You picture all up on the wall and shit. No. Manager said we can't let you up in here, ma'am. Okay? Don't wait until it's too late. Get yourself together. Get you a strategy. Okay? If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, please book an assessment. Stop sending each other outside looking like Tom and Jerry. Stop sending each other outside. Damn it. Looking like the Marx Brothers. Stop sending people outside. Alright? Each other with slings and all type of stuff. Book an assessment. Get yourselves together. Stop cutting up in front of the in-laws and the kids. Okay? If you or anybody you know is in need of an intimate, okay, relationship abuse consultation and counseling, please book an assessment. Learn the warning signs, the behaviors that should alarm you. Characters and characteristics that should heighten your awareness. People, events, conversations, places that should have your alertness levels on 1,000. Remember, with this information, the life that you save could be your own. What's up? How you do? As you can see, I'm a mess tonight. Try to heat it up. Blew up the whole damn microwave. Trying to do too many things at once, but I know I needed this. It's been a long day. I gotta have a little sippy sip. What's going on with y'all? Listen. It is 10:53. If your ass is sitting in front of your computer, your tablet, damn it, your phone, with your grippers out because you're getting ready to go to Juve, damn it, I don't want to see it. Alright? Keep your little ashy cakes to yourself. Wait till you get out there and get some paint or whatever the hell you're going to get thrown on you, powder, whatever it is. Keep it out there. We don't want to see your grippers in this class. Okay? Yeah. Email us later. Yeah. Okay? Anyhow, anyway, what's going on? What's going on with you? Yeah, if you are going out there, be safe. Remember, your job is to make it home with all 10 fingers, 10 toes, cheeks, and all that. Whatever you got outside for Juve, make sure you bring it right back in the home safe. All right? Don't be out there cutting up, okay, and not watching yourselves. Be on point, okay? How y'all do? Let's see. Man, oh man. It's Sunday. Was really a struggle getting here tonight. Had to pep myself up. I was busy. I was doing a lot. The weather hasn't been kind. My body's going through a little something. But I'm here. We're going to get through class. Who we got to tag tonight? Let's tag the KKK, Ku Klux Klan. Bring yourselves to class. Come on, y'all old face. Come to class. We want to know what y'all got planned and what y'all doing. Okay? Come to class. Young dudes. Bring y'all ass to class too, especially y'all two that's wearing them skirts. With your knees up and your grip is accessible. Come on to class since y'all think that's funny. DC, Washington, D.C. Come on, Chocolate City. Where y'all at? Bring y'all ass to class. And the Blackcop, yeah, we seen you. Bring your ass to class, sir. Yeah, you are the prototype Blackcop in the hood, so you come to class. Yes, sir, come on. Stephen A., you and the chicken balls come to class by default. This ain't y'all fault. Come by default. Bring y'all ass to class. We got to talk to y'all and whoever was in that podcast, whatever that comedian dude name is, y'all tag them, tell them to come to class for talking in front of an old fay like that. But I want to know why y'all so mad, why y'all so offended by what he said. Because he said it about Harriet, or was it because he said these things about himself? Okay? So you bring them to class. I don't know who he is. Tag him. Find him. I know that he had his knees out. And I keep telling y'all, stop falling for the bullshit. When they got their knees out, they are working. They are working with the establishment, with the narratives, with the propagandas, with the gripper gates. It never fails, but y'all make it viral. So tell them to come to class. Share it now. Share it now. Yeah. Tell your classmates we here. Put it in your little groups. Do your little, what you call it, your TikToks. Screen record. Do whatever the hell you're going to do. Your threads and all that. Let them know we here. Okay? And we about to get busy. Let's see who's in class. God diggity damn it. Let's see who's in class on a Sunday Juve night. Listen, it's a war going on outside. Fund the war effort. I don't care if it's Juve. Y'all not going to get all liquored up. If you need help, send it in. This way will prevent you from getting sauced up and somebody finding you with your bare grippers on some curb in Brooklyn. Okay? Do yourself a favor. and relieve yourself of some of that if you can't control yourself. Who's first in class? Who's that? Who that? That's Dust Fro? Ooh, wee. Is it? Damn, I can't see it. Got on it. Dust Fro. Bushhead. Uptown Dre. 1, 2, 3. Got dig in class. That's what we talking about. Ooh, Mr. Strictly Gang. LA's in the building. The artist extraordinaire. The extreme talent. The merch maker. The new economic stream. God diggity dog. LA's in the building. Charles in the building. Brother Kadeshi. Tyrone in the backyard again. Philly in the building. What up? Andre Jones. What's going on? We see you. Woo, salute. Stephen Kill. George. Woo. Vet. What up, Vet? Philly. Threats. Chris is in the building. What up? Oh, Mrs. Reels is in the building. What up, Mrs. Reels? Tierra. What up, T? Ooh-wee. Who else? A. Wood is in the building. Hot Cars in the building, damn it. Ken Williams. Snook the Bear TV. Give me my apples. That's what I'm talking about. Who is that? Bernie? Bernie in the building. Sultan Thomas. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Dude, what out? Neef Buck. Yeah, Philly Deep. Soap. What up, Soap? Yeah, Soap. We gotta get into it, Soap. Put it in the chat, damn it. Yeah. Frank. Yeah, we up in the building. Yeah, we see y'all. What up, GB? What's going on? Trevor Will. What up, Trap? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, we see you, Mrs. Reels. Much love. Thank you. It's appreciated. Hakim, peace. What up? Cece. What up, Cece? We see you. Melinda, much appreciation for the super chat. What up? What up? Yeah. Who else is in here? Yeah. What? Bridgeport, Connecticut. God. What up, Mel? What up? Wilson, what up? Yeah. What up, Daniel? We see you. See Blaze, my sniper. What up? What's going on? Yeah. Who else? Construction Site Media, Mike Nice. What up? Big Colorado. What up? Yeah. You know they're going to have their grippers out. Hey, Ghoster. What up? Yeah. Y'all deep in class tonight? God diggity dog. Oh, man. What up, Jeffrey? What up? Who else? Michelle, what up? CR Profit Getters, what up? Eric Henderson, what up? T-Mac, what up? You in class, goddammit? Oh, Lay Charles, 55. 55 for Lay Charles. God diggity dog. We see him. Lovely lady, what up? Yeah. Peace, Tax, what up? Yeah. All right. God dog. That's what I'm talking about. What's going on, y'all? Now, why y'all so mad? Why y'all so upset? I'm tired, damn it. Excuse me. Why are y'all so upset with this dude? Talking about he'd be a good slave. Why y'all mad? And why y'all keep making these things go viral? Y'all keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Why? If it makes you so mad, if it triggers you so much. Huh? Come on now. Cut it out. Y'all tight too. And it was a conversation. A conversation that should cause so many TikToks. I'm like, wow. People really tight. I don't know why. Why did that trigger y'all so much? Talk about it, y'all. Y'all didn't see the video? Y'all don't know what I'm talking about? Y'all got to know what I'm talking about because quite a few sent it to me. And y'all sent me, I don't know, is this chick from the continent or is she Caribbean? A chick that, she had this extreme beef with the FBAs and she has that heavy accent. And then, where's she from? Because y'all know I don't be bigging up people platforms that they don't give me shit. They don't respond or nothing. They watch me. So, come on now. Her little commentary on it, she had at least 6 or 7 TikToks. People was tight talking about it. So I had to research it with due diligence. I had to go in people's comments and to see who this dude was. And come to find out, he's a comedian. He's a comedian. Really? Comedian. So now I'm saying, he doing this for clout. No, Dre, not you. No, it was a few people that hit me was triggered. Not you. Trust. You may be the first, but not the only. It's a lot of people sent it. Okay? So I'm trying to figure it out. I said he's a comedian. The first thing I saw, I say, okay. So now, as a comedian, I have to believe that he took acting classes. I have to believe that he took some type of media training. And since it's already viral, I know that, excuse me, there's money and other things behind him to push this conversation. And so far it worked because a lot of people made a lot of TikToks. Now, I can see where it becomes a conversation. One for many. Harriet Tubman is a very sensitive issue for a lot of individuals. For a lot. When you speak about these icons of what is perceived to be struggle, right? Our struggle. The individuals who they let you know about. Okay? That's very sensitive because people sit in that space and act as if these are the only stories. You understand? The only stories, and they're not. But Harriet, Rosa Parks, you understand what I'm saying? Boy, don't say anything about them. People get tight. Now, the first thing I peeped when it came to the video was that he was speaking to an Ofe. And this is always problematic and always triggering because these individuals get on these platforms and stunt, get on these platforms and put these false narratives out there, and sometimes they even lie. And that's triggering for most because it's like, why y'all got to do this in front of the Ofe, right? Why y'all got to do it? Just like when old rat Al Sharpton was mad with Cedric the Entertainer for the barbershop joke. He was more angry and concerned about the movie, big budget Hollywood movie, going to be seen by millions of people for years and years to come. And a black man, in all of his hilarious ignorance, clown Rosa Parks. Right? He was tight. Because you don't know the impact of certain jokes. You don't know the impact of specific imagery. We can't foresee that. So it's best to, you know, even if it's not fully embraced by all of us, to keep certain historical moments intact, unless it's an outright lie. So I'm peeping this dude laid back talking to his old fate rather casually. Now I don't know these two dudes. Again, I'm not a podcast listener. You dig? If it's not sent to me, don't come across my timeline. I don't know these people. I don't care to. They're not in my lane. They're not about liberation. They poverty pimping on the internet. You understand? And as long as you view, as long as you pay attention, they good. Okay, they good. So first thing I peep is his knees is out. So when I see his knees out, I'm already saying, yo, hold up. Hold on. What's going on here? Big grown ass man with shiny knees out. It take me right back. I'm traumatized. It take me right back to Cam Newton, Guillermo. Yeah, Guillermo Jones. Like, Pharrell, Push. It just takes me back to all these grown ass men with their knees out, right? Little baby with the tattoos on his thighs like a bitch. I'm like, okay, this dude is sitting on a platform with his knees out, okay? And I'm like, wow. He's sitting in front of his old friend, he's saying something triggering. So now I'm listening. And he goes on this little tirade about him being a good slave. I would be a good slave. I don't think that I would be one to run away or to fight. I think I'd be a good slave. They wouldn't have to beat me. And I said, oh, okay, I can see where this is going. And then he took it to another level and said, yeah, I don't think I would be with Harriet Tubman. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think that her track record or her average of getting people up out of there would have been to, a space that I would think I would take that trip. Nobody talks about the people who didn't make it, you know? And people was mad. Oh yeah, people was mad. I'm like, okay, let me listen a little bit more. And then he went on to say, what did he say? That if she would have just been patient, if she would have chilled, if Harriet Tubman would have been patient and chilled out, Lincoln freed the slaves in the next couple of months. So I'm like, wow, this is a real clown. But then I'm having it right here that it's a comedian, okay? And in that space that he's a comedian, shit is just jokes, man. It's jokes. I didn't see the entire conversation, so I couldn't take it way out of context. But even in that joke, why are we the only ones that always do that? Why are we the ones to always joke and clown our figures? Why are we the ones who always, even in the historical sense, diminish the value of the work that was put in public? Why do we do that in public in front of old face? Now, this is a widespread issue. It goes the same with these black women, and their narratives is consistently speaking horribly about black men and doing it with style, creating all type of content using AIs, just getting real fanciful with some very, very damaging narratives. Black women do it, the black men do it. Do you understand? And I keep educating you all on how images, words, scripts, okay, culturally based, wrapped in art. I keep telling y'all, man, in the Cultural Revolution in China, a lot of these content creators would have got their head knocked off. Clean off. I mean, they were very, very strategic and on point because they knew how dangerous it is. Because it has a lasting effect. Art is powerful. And these content creators may not know it. We're going to give them a little grace and say they are ignorant of their power, but they are artists. Especially them that just sit there by themselves and mess with their little computer, right? They got their MacBook or Pro book or whatever the hell they got, and they got all these little applications, and they real swift with it, and they making their own content with their little tripods and shit, and they playing with the graphics and the edits. Man, that is art. Okay? That is art. Understand that. You dig? And in that art, when you compile it with messages, man, I'm telling you. Let me tell you. Old Saint Nick and Santa Claus was a piece of art. That's literature. And look at what's happening to this very day. The Easter Bunny fable, same thing. Do you understand? Literature. You place illustrations in it. Man. I mean, shit, look at what they did to old Jesus Christ. God damn it, they say, sweet white Jesus. And man, look at what that art and that false narrative has done. So as they playing and keep playing in people's face, you will soon see people be a little bit more than triggered by this content. But in this class, I keep telling you all, you have to use it as fuel when you're watching these things. So again, he went on and on with it. And now people are in a space where I don't even believe he intended them to be in. I didn't think that him saying that he would be a good slave, that he wouldn't run away, that he would work, you understand? Diligently. That he wouldn't have to get beat. I don't think that he took that piece of humor and imagined that people would be so serious and so critical that in their TikToks, it would cause so much of an uproar. Now, again, I don't know him. I don't know the platform. I don't even know if they even are watching the videos, the TikToks that I've watched. I don't know that. But I tell you, once it get to me and my class, I have to assume that it's at a different point now. It's at a different point. So let's talk about what slavery looked like, because we wasn't there. I don't think that we can really honestly place ourselves in that time. We can't. I can tell you right now that my daughter has difficulty relating to what I tell her about the 70s and the 80s. Can't even fathom it. You actually put a token. She don't even know how to explain what a token. You had to put a token in a turnstile to get on the subway. Yeah. You used to go to work and get petty cash tokens and have a pocket full of tokens for the week and exchange those tokens to get money. Yeah. They can't, she can't fathom it. You used to stand in the street with your back turned to the street and put a dime in a phone to make a call. You mean y'all couldn't move around with a phone? No. Wasn't none of, she could not and still can't imagine. She don't even imagine life before her. 23 years ago, 25 years ago. Right? There was no smartphones. You understand? So how can we sit here, right, and even think that we could imagine what slavery was like, what them bull whips felt like, what it felt like to not even cough. You scared to cough, because if you coughed wrong, you might get your head knocked off. And you bet not say nothing when massa come in the goddamn slave quarters and pull your daughter out or your wife out. And you know he getting ready to go do some things. You can't imagine that. You can't imagine working sun up to sun down. Like you couldn't imagine that. Serious, real talk. With no shoes. While you see everybody else in shoes, protecting their feet. Absolutely nothing that you could do. You can't imagine that. Even in the distortion, as we learn in this class, even with the distortion of history and their truths, and we finding out that, certain things couldn't happen the way they said it happened, right? At the same time, because it makes no sense. It makes no sense that, as he said, when Lincoln freed the slaves, huh? Well, what years was that? 66, 1860, 1868, and all that, huh? Those are the years, right? That's what he said. So what was we looking like in 1886, 1887, 1888? We was still on some roots type shit. That's what they want you to believe, that we was twisted to that degree, that we was just on plantation, just working or moving or sharecropping, right? But in 1888, London was already looking for Jack the Ripper. I want you to put that in perspective. London had already had a history, right, They was already industrialized. They was already having street lamps. They was already, doing whatever they do, writing, right? Trading, doing their thing, cars, engines, all that, and looking for Jack the Ripper. So how the hell we was over here with no shoes on, head bent down, yes sir, master, yes sir, or trying to figure it out? I keep telling y'all, look and read history from their perspective and their eyes, and then try to get literature from different parts of the world and see that certain things couldn't exist at the same time. Somebody's lying. Yeah, somebody's lying. That's why it is so essential to be literate. That is why it is so essential for you to get some type of schooling so you could be proficient in understanding English, so you could be proficient in reading and comprehending, and you can see the lies. Because that's all the old faith does. They consistently lie to distort things. They have to keep with the trick knowledge. Okay? So these things can't exist at the same time. And therefore, if we were to place ourselves in 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, you don't understand. You couldn't fathom living in the 30s. In Harlem in the roaring 20s, you don't have an idea of what that's like. Couldn't. How? How? You couldn't create those conditions. That's why when they look at the Amish community, that's why when they have these, and Old Faiths do it all the time, these little recreational spaces where they try to relive the Robin Hood era, right? Or the Puritans and the damn what you call it, Pilgrims and stuff. They try to recreate those hardships. They ass don't be lasting a week. So how could you, a melanated person, even picture you couldn't create the conditions of slavery? That is so, it was harsh. And those individuals that were going through it, they didn't know no better. They didn't. The ones who did have an understanding and fought, they don't tell you about those individuals. Never. They keep that hush-hush. Okay? Hush-hush. Shh. No, they're not making no movie about no damn Hannibal. Black Hollywood is ass. Black Hollywood has had opportunity. They've had resource. They could have did it. Listen. Greenlee's book, The Spook Who Sat by the Door, that man created that movie outside of Hollywood on his own. With no bread damn near, with no backing, with money that was coming in from different areas of the movement. And nobody did it after him. Nobody redid it or nothing. So you mean to tell me Oprah, she ain't doing it. Tyler Perry, Spike Lee, director after director, shit. Taraji in the man, I'm a director now. And everybody got this bread. It's just me and my son, the Denzel Jr. acting, all this resources and bread, and they haven't put together a real official movie on Huey, on Eldridge, shit. on a solder, on edge, on none of them. Black Hollywood ain't doing that. They ass. So they not touching Hannibal. But listen, let me explain to you what was going on before Harriet, before Lincoln, since this man thought it was so funny to sit across from an old fate and say that he would be a good slave. Let's give some history that many don't know and many don't talk about. Okay? So we could show you to what lengths quite a few of our people went to abolish slavery, to fight against slavery. Let's go. During the first Maroon War of the 1730s, the English colonial forces failed to secure significant victories against Cujo leeward Maroons, right? Uh-oh. God diggity dog. Yeah, Bliz is going. Bliz, you going there? Yeah, I'm going there. Hell yeah, I'm going there. What you thought? What you thought? I wasn't gonna go there? That's what y'all thought? Huh? Yeah, we going there. Yeah, let's go there, goddammit. Come on now. Y'all heard of old Cool Joe? Come on now. The Jamaican Maroons. Descended from Africans who conquered enslavers and established communities of what? Free black people in Jamaica in the mountains of the colony of Jamaica during the era of slavery on the island. Enslaved Africans imported during the Spanish period may have provided the first self-liberated Africans. Runaways, apparently mixing with the Native American Taino or Arawak people that remained in the country. Some may have gained liberty when the English attacked Jamaica and took it in 1655, and subsequently, Cujo was the leader of a community of self-liberated Africans known as Cujo's Town. Okay? For nearly a century, until the 1739 and 1740 peace treaties with the British rulers of the island, the Maroons victoriously resisted conquest. Enslaved Africans in Western Jamaica ran away into the cockpit country and established the first community of leeward Maroons in the mountainous interior of the island. The self-liberated Africans were called Maroons after the Spanish word maroon, meaning runaway slave. Okay? The leeward Maroons most likely emerged in 1690 when there was a Coromantee rebellion on Sutton's estate in Western Jamaica, and most of these enslaved Africans ran away to form the leeward Maroons. Cujo is probably the son of one of the leaders of this revolt. You dig? Now, Cujo, as recent history, the name would be what? Stephen King movie. Okay? A dog. A big wild dog. This is how they diminish any reflections of us hearing that name before. The name could have been passed down. The stories could have been passed down, okay, for generations. But in recent history, or Ofe, through the magic of Hollywood, have people thinking that it's a rabid dog and not connecting it to a warrior. Okay? Let's continue. All right? Milton McFarlane explains that his family's, a compound town town maroon oral history states that Cujo was the free-born son of Naquan, who was the leader of the self-liberated Africans who fled from Sutton's estate. According to contemporary white enslavers, Cujo challenged a Madagascan self-liberated African for the leadership of the Leeward Maroons in 1720, and when he defeated and unalived his challenger, Cujo became the undisputed leader of the Western Maroons. The two main Maroon groups in the 18th century were the Leeward and the Windward Maroons, the former led by Cujo in Trelawny Town, and the latter led by Queen Nani and Quo. Okay? In 1739, Cujo reached an agreement with the British that recognized the Leeward Maroons as an independent nation. Okay? An independent nation. The Maroons also received a large tract of land and would not have to pay any taxes on it. However, Cujo, in his return for this recognition of autonomy, promised to return self-liberated Africans and help put down future liberation movements, slave rebellions. What up, Greg? Much appreciation for funding the war effort. That's my brother Greg, y'all out there in Alabama. Okay? In the 1740s, some Leeward Maroons who opposed the 1739 treaty rose in revolt, but Cujo crushed those rebellions. See? So when people speak on, the disunity of people here who have a lineage, right, to this land that's indigenous to this land, and us not being able to stick together, that shit is not new. That's old as the 1800s. You see how Cujo was the man and then what? Put down rebellions. So what does that sound like? Doesn't that sound like the politicians of today? Huh? Who get a certain power and status in front of the old phase, and all of a sudden he flipped. You putting down rebellions, you squashing people's desire to fight. Let's continue. According to one story, Cujo was unalived at Nani Town in the Blue Mountains 5 years after peace was concluded. However, white Jamaican writers wrote of personal encounters with Cujo in the 1750s and 1760s. And the last written reference described how Cujo led his Leeward Maroons in a martial performance at Montego Bay for Governor Sir William Littleton in 1764. That same year, Thistlewood reported receiving news that Colonel Cujo is unalive some time ago. So this, among other stories of how people fought, right? The Gabriel process, right? Of course, we know that. Individuals that consistently fought and tried to get. Why would you in 2025 sit here and say that you would be a good slave? Why? How much clout is there to chase? When is it going to be enough? Because we see some outlandish shit every day. Every day. People getting monetized for dumb shit. Every day the ignorance is... How long? How long? How when are they going to stop? When are they going to stop? I would love to know. I love to know. We see mothers twerk they naked behind in front of their young sons for clout. We seeing mothers making it clap in front of their daughters for clout. We seeing people literally doing TikTok videos in the street. Grown ass women with kids shaking their ass for clout. Doing stupid shit. Grinding on light poles and traffic signs and just dumb shit. Men wilding out, doing all type. When is it gonna stop? So now you say in front of a whole white man that you would be a good slave and you wouldn't rock with Harriet because you don't know her track record. You don't know how many making it. You would just sit there and chill. This is our men. This is our men. So it's like, yo, come on, what up? This is how off people are. How off cold. Between that, Love and Hip Hop, Pop the Balloon, I'm like, yo, what is this shit? Really? For people of a specific intelligence, a specific consciousness, you could get dizzy. Literally, you could get dizzy absorbing some of this shit. That's why I work so hard. I'm serious. I'm making a solid attempt to work as much as I can to try to keep getting individuals to get assessments and anger management and some type of coaching and therapy, because I couldn't do it without work. I'm telling you, there's no way that I would be able to function without that work. Without working, doing what I'm doing. It would drive me now. I'm looking at people and I'm like, yo, hold on, wait a minute. What the I just watched some shit on Pop the Balloon. Literally. A chick says she's looking for a God-fearing man. Okay? God-fearing man. Who who has a job and this and that. Homie came through with his shit together in the suit. Clean. No, he a square about his business. No kids. This God-fearing man was told, I don't pop the balloon. I don't want to rock with you because you got on a suit and an Apple Watch. So what kind of dumb shit is this? What do we do? This is what women, y'all have dents? Because he got on an Apple Watch with a suit. This God-fearing man is not... What the fuck? It's like, yo. But then again, I told you, anybody of a certain age who would talk to anybody 35 and under got to be out of their goddamn mind. Because this is where we're at. It is nuts. So when you get men that, again, he's getting a check. If he's on a podcast and he's a comedian, he's getting a check to sit there and say that shit. You can't take it to heart. You can't have a broader discussion about somebody saying that they would be a good slave and you get mad. Y'all can't do that. Why? Because it's true. Because you got dudes right now, today, working, operating as good slaves. That comedian dude, whoever he is, ain't say shit that Stephen A. hasn't said. He said the same shit. The chicken balls. Rick Ross said the exact same shit. They said it. I told y'all that in class, Stephen A. What he said? Damn it, I wake up every day thinking about making my boss some money and how I could get some of it. That's a good slave. Y'all didn't cancel him yet. He said that. Rick Ross, the chicken balls, belly out, nipples on high alert, said you cannot be afraid to go into a room full of white folk and tell them your dream. That's a good slave. They said it. Y'all ain't canceled him. So we can't be upset when this comedian did. This is where we at with it now. This is where we at. You have to accept that. This way you can see a nice tight framework for your new codes. Okay? Sorry to tell you, they said the same shit and y'all ignored it. Y'all ignored it and let the chicken balls get a couple of more chicken spots. Y'all never, ever do anything or say anything. God damn, they had DJ Khaled in Brooklyn. I keep telling y'all. New York City, niggas can come in and out of New York. This ain't LA. It's not. Y'all had DJ Khaled in Brooklyn selling patties with black dudes holding them down. On the mic, yo, Khaled is here. Download the app, stream this, stream that. Black, melanated dudes performing for this meatball. Screaming to support this meatball in the town and nobody threw a bottle or nothing. This is where we at. And they do it because they pick select areas. Knowing that, what? The soldiers are not in effect. And because they got some black faces there sitting there holding them down, they get hesitant and say, damn, I don't want to bust this black dude in his mouth and possibly body this dude because he's holding down this dude. You see the conflict? So they are insulated. They get in a space where they are protected. For a little minute. Because it's not going to keep lasting. You understand? You have to re-educate the masses on how much damage these individuals are doing through art and culture to get people a bit more angry, because I'm serious. Y'all can't be that mad just making TikToks. No way. You can't. That's not anger. to that degree. That shit is not motion. There has to be a direct and very, very distinct message. It has to be. It has to be. As soon as he opened his mouth, as soon as he got and stepped up on the car seat, somebody's supposed to bust his ass. Get that? You in Brooklyn? What I told y'all class after class, people, New York City is wide open. Several airports, several highways. You are hidden here. You can literally be on a run in New York City for decades. So when these dudes come and go and you got other dudes say, yo, he couldn't do it what we had. That's true. He couldn't just pop up in LA. No. Everybody's affiliated to some degree out there. So when you fly into LAX, everybody on your ass. They on your ass. Yeah. Ticket agents in the terminals, cab drivers, Uber drivers at the damn airport, in the hotels. Everybody know you touched and the wolves is out. Not so in New York. Not so in New York. You can fly in through Newark, take a goddamn Uber into the city, fly in through LaGuardia or JFK or one of these private little airstrips, boom, come right on through. And Hummer stunt. I'm on 42nd Street. I'm on the deuce. Yo, I'm in New York. And be gone. You understand? Until people get on point. Until there are, like I said, when you fund the war effort, you don't know what is at stake and what's at play because it's not for, okay, everyone's ears. But yeah, we putting teams specifically together to get rid of that dumb shit because that is what keeps people held back. They're not seeing it. They're not visual. You don't see work getting done. So now people are hesitant to move with an ideology because they don't see the physical work, the manifestation behind it. You understand? Right? Like, look, I'm gonna hip y'all. Right? Y'all seen the image of what was dude name? 19 keys in the NOI and the fruit walking through Chicago. Military chanting like they in basic training. Oh, whoa. Right? Don't you seen that? That's what you saw. Yet how many people got smashed this same weekend in Chicago? Bodied, smashed out. And how many more just was hit? You understand? That's play. Now, I'm not saying that it's not, but what comes after that? What comes after the show? Because it didn't stop nothing. So now in 47, like, yo, hold up. Y'all telling me not to come through, but damn, y'all just had a whole bunch of people drop. And the weekend ain't even over yet. This Sunday night. For a long weekend, because tomorrow's the holiday. So it's be good for at least another 2 or 3 bodies to drop in the shop. So what did the image of them marching through really do? Where was the political statement before and after that? You understand? The kids are not dumb. Those who are impoverished and out there doing these things mindlessly are not dumb. And they don't care. So there has to be a different message, a different strategy. That shit that I didn't do, it didn't stop nothing. You understand? Now, I'm not critiquing it. Because they might have caught a few. A few might have said, yo, you know what? That's beautiful, man. I want to march like that. I want to clean up. I'm tired. And could have got some new people in the ranks behind that. But on a whole scale, on a large scale effort, people got dropped. Somebody probably got hit while they was out there on another side. You get what I'm saying? There has to be more to it. There has to be. Because that is how far behind we are in this. You know, I could get very, very deep when it comes to that. But see, people don't listen to Bliz, and y'all think I'll be bullshit when I'm telling you that. Because you got to question out, why? Have you ever seen anybody in the NOI or the fruit, any of them, have they ever been a victim of pull over and pound out? You ever seen them? You seen somebody in a bow tie get tasered? Have you? Have you seen them be a victim of police? Gunfire? As they innocently sold a bean pie? Or a final call? Have you ever seen that? And have you ever wondered why? That never crossed your mind? You think they that scared of the nation in any of the 2000s? 2008, 2010, 2015, 2020, when all of this is going on with Tamir Rice, with everybody, Alton Sterling, and you what? You don't think that they paid for that? You don't think that there's some cooperation with the government behind that? I'm asking you, man. So maybe that old phase know that their message is not effective, or they're not speaking out against them to that degree where they deem them a threat. Listen. You ever seen a Jehovah's Witness get tasered? You ever seen that? You ever seen them get choked out by police? You ever seen them get harassed? They on the corners in groups of 5 and groups of 6, gathering up. You ever seen them get tasered, dragged up, choked out, thrown in the squad car? No, they don't. You don't think that Kingdom Harbor? You don't think that they paying to make sure that doesn't happen to their peoples? Derek, much appreciation for funding the war effort. Come on now. Why do you think they employ the same tactics, the same strategies? March, talk, build, and that's it. Even in their messaging, they're not talking about liberation. They're talking about comfort within the system. We can live outside of the system, within the system. They're not talking liberation. Liberation is the only space where we can begin to heal our people. You cannot do it no other way. You have to get rid of the old faith. It cannot be on your back. Can't. It's not going to work. Understand that. It's not going to work. you're going to have the same issues. There has been no nation on the planet that has been sovereign or liberated and had their people together while they got these old faiths there. It's not going to happen. Wayne Van, much appreciation for funding the war effort. It's not going to happen. So you're going to keep having the same dress rehearsals, the same messaging from different faces on different messengers. But that's where we at with it. Because that man should never have been comfortable sitting on a platform talking about I'd be a good slave and I wouldn't follow Harriet Tubman nowhere. That shit should never come out of a black man's mouth in front of a white man on a global platform. He should have had that much shame. I don't care if it's a joke or not, in his chest, in his core, or enough understanding to know what damage that could do. But they don't. That's how off cold we are, because you've had leaders, you have influencers that shift the messaging. Now, either they don't know it, like they're ignorant to where the message should be, or they're purposely doing it. Which is why the war effort has to be there, because there are people who are always on the ready and always on the go to put in that real necessary work. Because that's what it takes. Y'all looking at Niger, Burkina Faso and all that and thinking that they got to where they got to without smashing their own people. Y'all don't think that they had to run through hundreds of thousands of people and drop them to get to where they at? We got a lot of work to do. Okay? A lot of work to do. Okay? So don't get mad at him. Rick Ross said he'd be a good slave. Stephen A. said he'd be a good slave. Steve Harvey said he'd be a good slave. All of them said it, just with different words. Steve Harvey said, this the money game. For 20 million, I act like a goddamn monkey. That's a good slave. Chicken Boss, consistently. Chicken Boss said, I will go into a room full of white folk and not be scared to tell them my dreams. Stephen A. said, I wake up thinking about how I can make my boss some money and how I can get some of it. That's good slave talk. So I encourage y'all to listen and then make sure you watch what they don't do and what they don't say. See, that's how I cut people off. And I'm very, 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 very generous with how I keep people in circle and encouraging and, uplifting and all that. But when I don't get it back, or you can see it, you playing games. We all use each other, but I won't be misused. So I watch what people won't do, what they don't say. And that makes the determination of whether or not they're on code. I'm like, oh, no, they full of shit. They want to be up under the old face, so let them have it. That's how you cut people off. Like, what is this? A word? Okay. You're not supportive. The old faith taught you how to stay around and stick around and shift faces in order to get what you want, to get what you need. You got to test people all the time. Yes, people got to be up under the pistol, straight up. Can't let them shimmy and shake, because y'all see how easily they snitch. This is the real world. It's real deals. We can't play with the liberation game. There's no playing. All right? So be mindful of that. Be mindful. And that's what brings us to the next aim in class. You dig? The next aim, the DC Black Cop. The DC Black Cop who was outed by people in the hood who said, yo, I knew you in high school. You was pussy. Yeah. You was pussy in high school. We seen that. Yeah, we know you. Yeah, such and such. You's a bit. Oh, you police now? You tough now? See? That's community. That's keeping it a buck. And it's a viral moment. You understand? It's a viral moment. So he got to live with that. That ain't going nowhere. That's how you do them. Like, yo, what you doing in that uniform? You see the videos of them running down on us in DC. Hitting people with the spray, hitting people with the tasers, running through, not with just DC, but with ICE, National Guard, FBI. And your black ass, you don't see us in you, and you went to school with us, you's a bitch. That's what you got to do. Because what is your purpose? What is your purpose? You get it? Huh? What is their purpose? Because if your purpose is truly to serve the community, the OFA officers wouldn't be as quick to do the shit that they do. Because they know that black eyes, that melanated eyes within their force is watching. But since they know that y'all not going to do shit as officers of the law, when they act up, they keep turning up. So all officers have to make a decision. Am I really here to service my community? Do I have the ability to do that? Because it wouldn't take much. All you really need to do to service the community is give information. That's it. Excuse me. To give information, to educate, to teach. But y'all don't do that. When they say good black cops, what do y'all see them do? Racing, playing basketball, doing dumb recreational bullshit. To them, that's good black cop service in the community. Not bringing as many black people as they can to the range, teaching them about weapons, teaching them how not to break law. You understand? Because most cops don't know the law. They follow orders and are told what the law is. A lot of them don't study. You understand? Okay? They don't hip you to what's really going on with their white counterparts. They don't tell you about the racist police gangs. They don't say shit. They go in there, get their check, keep it moving until they confronted like this black dude in DC. They told, boy, you was pussy. Yeah, you playing now. That's what it is. That's what, because again, we in 2025. We in 2025, I already told y'all, we 2 decades and a half into the new millennium. And black officers ain't wake up yet. Y'all still standing firm in front of the flag? Stone face, mad. Did you see the melanated officers with the Minnesota clapping when the kid? You see how stone faced they are? Really? Why y'all so tight? Black Minnesota cops of an OFA who went up into an OFA institution and unalived OFA kids. Y'all stone faced black cops. Explain that. Explain that. I'm waiting. I'll wait. I'll wait. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Moo. I know they something different because they didn't speak out when that old-faced sergeant clapped that young boy. Talking about, I thought I had my taser. Ed Shorty out. Black cops in Minnesota ain't stand up. She home. Been home. She been home about a year. I think I did that video a year ago. She been home. On the live, Shorty did her time and came home. Black officers ain't protest. Black officers in Minnesota ain't say shit. Nothing. So this is us. We just asking questions. Because we educated here in this class. So we ask educated questions. When are black officers going to prepare black communities for the journey of bettering themselves? When are they going to do that? When are they going to do that? It's wild. But they got him. They got his ass. They got his ass. Now he got to live with that. His family got to live with that. In D.C., when his family walk, they got to be shamed. Okay? You understand that? Ain't no spooks. Ain't no more spooks. Gig is up. Can't be no more spooks. That's over and done with. Over and done with. Everything now is right here. Digital, everything. Everybody know what everybody's saying at any given time. Listen, come on, man. This ain't hard. This ain't hard. The minute more individuals share this class and speak about me, the more they're going to know. And the more you will see a difference in how what I'm saying in class is presented. You will see it. I'm telling you, you're going to see him like, oh shit, yo, they really on him like that. There's no secrets no more. That's why I speak truth. I come with integrity. I'm not trying to put on a show. This ain't entertainment. It's education. So we have to speak truth and walk truth. Because there's no more spooks. That shit is over, Jack. Over. And you got people in key positions. Goddammit, Colin Powell was 5-star. You got generals, melanated, admirals in the Navy, melanated, Air Force, Coast Guardsmen. You got black generals in the National Guard units. Where's the information? You don't never see or hear any melanated person brought up on treason charges because they love this shit, this flag, this country, these oaths. When you start seeing mass numbers of them being charged with treason because they taught their people the truth, then you will know something is going on different here. There's not an element of this old face society where you don't see a black ass face, but they got white minds. Franz Fanon hip y'all to that. Dr. Clark hip y'all to that. They minds is white. Therefore we lose. You dig? Black cop, yeah, he pussy. That's what happens. You get called out. We see you. You dig? Now, yeah, get rid of his funk. And he was a chunky look. He looked like it. And his own peoples. The other cops was pushing him. Yo, chill, chill, chill. But he wouldn't stop. I ain't no pussy. They ain't do me like that. They ain't do me like that. You in uniform, son. You at work. Stop talking like you tough. You dig? Stop talking like you tough. Come on now. That's what's going on with it. You dig? Excuse me. So now what? What should we do? Should y'all continue? Should we continue to confront black cops when they in uniform with their peers? Nah, man. I told y'all that a couple of classes ago. Leave them people be, man. If you ain't going at them, leave them be. Never put yourself in a situation where you're not going to win. Never do that. Don't do that. Any situation where you are in the process, right, of contact with the enemy, you better be winning. If you're not going to win, don't do it. True guerrilla warfare, don't do it. You have to know that you coming out on the other side of this. So no, you can't do that. You in street clothes and they in uniform? Nah, leave them be. Leave them be. Again, I'm getting better with the segues. Yeah, I'm getting much better with the segues. So yeah, that leads us into people who are prepared and preparing for war and people who are not, right? Because see, the black cop don't tell you the information. Yeah. They don't tell you the information. Move much appreciation funding the war effort. They don't push that. Right? So now, when you look at the old phase, and this ain't nothing new, they've been doing this. I seen them doing this behind the wall in the mountains. Yeah. Old phase preparing for war. Ku Klux Klan, KKK, got a channel and an event. Bare knuckle brawling. Yeah. An arena full of Klansmen going at it. Boop, bop, putting the blows to each other. Dropping people. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Getting it on. No gloves, hand wraps. Bare chest. Bop, bop, boop, bop. Getting busy. Making it a thing. It's viral. So now little old phase is looking like, yeah, I want to be part of that little old phase. And they getting it in. And then you flip to the counterparts, which are young black men. And these mamas is wearing skirts, mini skirts, and fitted tops like bitches. And it's okay. They feel it's okay for them to do it because they're older people. They OGs in the hip hop game is painting their nails, wearing purses and dresses. So of course these little dudes gonna think, oh, it's okay. Yeah. Instead of getting female models, I'm gonna model my own merch of skirts with panties on, showing knees. This is what's wrong with that, because when you look on the other side, these people who are Klan, not hiding their name or affiliation, are fighting warrior status. So what do you think is going to happen? Frankie, much appreciation for funding the war effort. What do you think is going to happen when one of these Klan dudes run into one of these black boys in a skirt? I'll wait. Because that was the message. And the message, they had to get that from somewhere. When you're that young, when you're in your early 20s or late teens, believing that it's okay, that you can shrug your shoulders, that you could wear a skirt with your knees out, your knees shiny, your legs shiny, all the way down to your sneakers, and you posing and promoting outside, in the street, in malls, throwing it up on your IG. You learned that because these older dudes, the Kid Cunnies, who all of a sudden now is just ultra man, ultra masculine. After we done seen you in several dresses, you done performed on Saturday Night Live in the dress. Now you marry an Ofe, you tough. Now he married a European, he's tough. He's a manly man again. But you did your damage. Because these little dudes is okay wearing skirts and dresses. This is how it works. While the Klan, they never faltered from what they was doing. Outside of the government, preparing for war. That's what's going on. So when y'all come around and say, why y'all always criticize, why y'all always critiquing, let them do them and all. No, because the message in this was damaging. Because our people don't read. You understand? The ones who do read the wrong shit. You understand? So image, narratives within the art is very important. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So now, what are we going to do with that? What are we going to do with that? Talk about what are we going to do with that? Huh? They going hard. Talk about it. How extreme? How extreme can we be? And I don't want you to answer that, LB. We talk about that some other time. Okay? We'll speak about that some other time. Again, it's just questions. Don't get mad. Trust, don't get mad. It's questions. Because that's the only way you're going to get to new codes. That's the only way you get to new values. Because you can't hum a stunt through this shit. You can't. We in deep with madness. Trust and believe. We in deep. We are in deep. You can go on any app, social media, and just look at the narratives. That's it. Just listen and look at the comments. We in deep. Y'all think we not. Y'all think we not. I'm in class and I'm giving you as much as I can on a regular. Between the over-religious zealots, okay, between the ones who like the now later and the skittle community do what they want to do. Listen, I'm seeing black women that saying, yo, it's okay for men to get pegged. Yeah, it's all right. Like, what? This ain't just a few. This is the thousands of them. It's all right to snitch. All type of... Listen. And then you have millions of people who don't have a clue of what consciousness is, of what being woke is. They don't have a clue what any of that is. I keep thinking that I don't know why y'all think woke and consciousness is, you got numbers. Shh. No, you don't. No, you don't. Don't get fooled. No, you don't. Don't get fooled by your feed. Don't get fooled by your timeline. Her numbers are very minimal. Minimal. Yeah. Listen. They are out of their mind. And you have to imagine that a lot of them haven't been nurtured at all. So, what are we going to do? I know Soap is in here. He wanted to discuss some things. I know Frankie had hit me. He wanted to discuss some things. Well, what do y'all want? It's 12:30. We about the breeze. Wayne said, what? I've tried to train our people in marksmanship, but they either leave me leave me hanging, or they don't use or they don't take real instruction. We need more discipline. Definitely. And it's also part of your educating process, right? Like when you come through the army, you come through basic training, they gas you up to be a soldier. Tell you who the enemies are and all type of weird shit. You got to do the same. May, I see you, May. Much appreciation for funding the war effort. And read your DM, May. Telling you, keep acting up. All right? You have to gas them up, right? Marksmanship is hard. It's hard. What are the goals that you're setting when they coming to you? And you're explaining what arms are, what weapons are. So now you got some, what are they targets? What are they targets? Why are they learning to be a marksman? When you figure that out, they won't leave you no more. What up, Frankie? This punk ass man in Chicago talking about crime is down. Listen, all political figures, especially when it comes to that, council people, mayors, governors, they have a script that they gotta follow. Now he know damn well crime ain't down. And any average citizen could tell you that. Just like you can't tell me that gun violence crime is down. Excuse me, you can't do it. We get citizen apps all day, every day. I worked in that space for years. I know that there's numbers who have been miscounted purposefully. And crime ain't down. The streets know what it is. Shit get misreported or underreported. Now you can say what you want, Mr. Mayor of Chicago. Shit, a weekend like this? See, he's saying crime is down because weekends like this, it just happened, used to happen every weekend. So the minute it don't happen for 2 or 3 weekends, oh, crime is down. No. Nah. It's like New York City. Now what are they going to do? People get clapped every day in the Bronx. Come on. Who's that? Oh, name taken. My dad taught this woman marksmanship. She was not doing well. Then asked him, what am I doing wrong? While resting the barrel on her chin. He said, first of all, stop pointing the hammer at yourself. Well, yeah. Yeah, see, people wow, because again, if you don't give them a specific target and an ideology up here, what are they learning for? Frankie said, what is crazy is that no one in the community ain't calling him out. Who calling Chicago? People in Chicago, they call him out. I've seen quite a few videos online. But again, if you in the system and you eating off the system, you can't say shit. But I seen those people in Chicago be at them. We just don't see it. We don't get to see it. They cursing them out. Yep. Yeah, but we know that. So now what are we doing? We can't just keep saying that. The system has been designed to fail us. Okay, once you know that, that's it. Then that means you get out of the system. That's it. You get out. You can't keep saying it and we sitting in a pocket. Nah, you gotta get out. You gotta get out. Find a way. Get out. You can do it. Right. Exactly. When they don't hide them out, they're not gonna hide them call outs. I mean, that's what they do. They hide the call outs. So we don't know, but they call them out all the time. Aldermen, all that shit. They all get called out in the shop, but broadcast news not going to show that. Just like they didn't show the mother, the Bronx mother. Come to find out, when I did find out, what's her name? I found her. I've been Facebook friends with that mother for a while now. Well, y'all haven't heard her? They not replaying that she called them out about budgets, about resources, about plans for the children, about any of that. Y'all ain't hear her again. That's why I keep telling y'all, share. Use it to do what y'all do. I don't own this shit. Do what y'all do and push it. So specific messages that we speak about in here gets out and we grow. All right? Anything else before I take it on down? Anything else? Let's go. For some reason, it's eerily quiet on my end. It ain't supposed to be this quiet out here. Everybody must be on what you call it? On Empire Boulevard now, because I don't hear shit. It's like everybody gone. Yeah, I told y'all was at Juve shaking y'all naked asses. That's why it's only 100 and something in the class now. They out there getting paint on their butt. That's all right. I'm going to fail y'all ass. I'm going to fail y'all good. Everybody going to get 55. Let me catch y'all out there with paint on your butt. And you got the pictures posted on your gram and your Facebook, and your ass ain't come to class. Let me see. I guarantee you, boy, you gonna fail. Guarantee you that. Gonna fail your ass. Yeah. Anything else? Come on now. Come on now, because I'm getting ready to go. Talk about it. In DC, man, listen, Vanguard TV, y'all good money, man. Y'all just gotta stick together. Do different things. What? I can't read that. There's a course for anything you want to learn. Hell yeah. Firearms training, yes. Ammunition building, all that. Everything. Everything. Everything except the mindset. You can go and be a marksman all you want. If you don't get the coaching of having a proper mind, that's all you are. Somebody that know how to shoot. But if you don't know who and what to shoot at, there ain't nothing. Nothing at all. All right. Any more? One more, then. One more. Before I take it down. That coffee ain't do nothing. I must have burnt all the damn caffeine out. That ain't do nothing. I'm telling you that right now. I don't know if they ever did it, but I could be the first teacher to fall asleep on the goddamn YouTube live. Wake up and see if y'all ass still there. Like this. Slump. Hit you with the Tom and Jerry slump. Be out. Damn it. Get the what? Man, I never had Kool-Aid. Eat sugars. I never had Kool-Aid. At all. My mom didn't play that. She did not play that shit. At all. Kool-Aid? Hell no. I couldn't tell you what that tastes like. The only thing we used to do is, and this was only me and a couple of my mans, Halloween. Now this is when we was in like middle school. Was we in high school yet? I think we was in like middle school, getting ready to go to high school, 9th grade. We would go to the elementary school on Halloween and get the raw Kool-Aid, right? Get Kool-Aid and go to the little kids. Say, hey, open your hand. You want to trick or treat? Here. And give them raw Kool-Aid. Now, I don't know if y'all ever tasted it or not, but that shit used to pucker them little kids up worse than a lemon. Boy, we used to laugh our ass off. Laugh our ass. Give a kid some raw Kool-Aid. Boy, that shit was the funniest shit in the world. Yeah. Yeah. Funniest shit in the world. Geechee, what up? I'm getting ready to get out of here, Geechee. Your ass just coming in. What's going on with you? Uh-huh. Yeah, they trying to keep me up. They doing a terrible job, though. I'm telling you. Terrible. That's child abuse. A little raw Kool-Aid ain't do nothing. Ain't hurt them kids. Some of they badass come back to them, give me some more. Get your little ass. You don't like that. That's what I'm talking about, God body. That's what I'm talking about. I started blood in my eye yesterday. Though there's so many other books you're supposed to read before that, but go ahead, do your thing. When we doing a video breakdown, soon. Am I still sleeping on Crawford versus Canelo? I'm never sleeping on it. I'm not sleeping on that. Why would you say I'm sleeping on it? I'm not sleeping on it. I'm telling you. Bud should win that. What's the top 5 reading list? Man, go to book club. Go to my community, YouTube community, or just search YouTube, Bliz, book club, Black History Month. And you're going to get it. I gave 30 books. But it's hard to do a top 5. But for any beginner, you always should read Asada first. Asada is the first book I suggest. Then Revolutionary Suicide, To Die for the People. because there's levels and layers. Then you read Eldridge Cleaver's Soul on Ice. Then you read Bobby's Seal Seize the Time. Right? Then you read David Hilliard's This Side of Glory. Then you read Stokely Carmichael's Black Power. Okay? Then you gotta be real careful, man. You don't want to jump. You read Stolen Legacy. You read Destruction of a Black Civilization. You read that's your starter kit. Because then you get to the technical stuff later, right? Then you get into your Frantz Fanon. Then you get into Paulo Freire, right? Then you start getting into Che Guevara's. And you get into the White Bone Demon, right? Madame Mao Zedong. Then you start getting into Victor Trotsky's, right? This side of deception, the other side of deception, where they speak on he's an ex-Israeli Mossad agent. You get into that. You start getting into anything with Bernadette Devlin in the Irish Republican Army. You get into, it goes on and on and on and on and on. You also find yourself a law library, and whether it's a state or the federal statutes, you start reading people's cases, case law. You could actually read George Jackson's case law in it and the breakdown of the case. You also could read Johnny Spain. These are the cases that set precedent on how you are captured and how you are able to stand trial. And you get the breakdown of the prison security levels and things of that nature after the Black Power movement, so you know exactly what you up against. Then you get into other titles. That's when you get into The Blood in My Eye, and it's just a wealth. Like I said, man, you get into the Black Athena, and on and on and on and on, right? And other books that I won't name here. But you have to be well read. You dig? Yeah, you could get into Wretched of Earth, you get into Fanon, but again, those books I suggest later, right? Anything Fanon, whether it's Black Skin, White Mask, right? A Dying Colonialism. When you start getting into Fanon, you're getting into a different mindset. You're at higher level consciousness, because once you make that literal, there's no turning back. Once you mix Fanon with George Jackson, and you out of here. You should be out of here at that point. Okay? All of the books is here. Go to the YouTube community. They right there. Or Facebook. You go to Facebook and go to my page, or do a search where I put anything with book lists. All the books gonna come up with the videos, with us giving commentary. We did it here. Book club was on a regular, giving you commentary, play by play. All right. What do I think about the book that called us the N-word? What's that? So many did that. What book is that? Well, that's on us, Grandmaster. We have to make it compelling. Liberation is not compelling. Liberation is not attractive. Nobody wants to listen, man. It's not attractive at all. It's only for a select few. How can you get somebody and gas them up to say, yo, listen, this is where we at. This is where we need to be. We're going to be hunted. Jail is inevitable. Torture. Our family's going to go through it. That don't sound cool at all unless everybody is engaged and ready. That don't sound cool. So, of course, these titles, I'm telling you, people don't read. They don't. So once you know that our circle is small. I'm telling you, I've just rattled those off the top. There's so many other books, so many other titles. You know? Anything else? If society ended right now, there's no effing way in hell I would be anyone. I would be anywhere around black people. No. Why? That's crazy. Why not? Nah, I gotta be around my people. Love my peoples. I'm right in there. I'm in the pocket. I gotta be around the peoples. Shit. I gotta be around our peoples just for the women alone. Damn it. I'm wherever black women's is. God damn it, I got women's waiting on me. I got gizzards to cook. Yeah, wherever the what, I'm right there. Shit. So what else? Talk about it, y'all. Because I'm getting ready to get up out. It's almost 1 o'clock. Damn, it's quiet, too. Everybody at Juve, huh? Or maybe I'm just in the back of the house. Nah, because that shit be popping back there. I'm usually where they heard all that. Ain't nobody playing no music or nothing. What that say? You can't get 4 black people to agree? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. You gotta stop saying that. Listen, I see black people 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in groups of 9, all getting together, all cooperative, but they doing the worst shit. You go to any liquor store and see that they all together, drinking their little dollar nips and all that. They together there. Black people together at funerals, they be deep. So that narrative ain't real. I see black people doing a lot of shit together, united, but it's the wrong shit. I'm gonna do a class on that. It's time for man up. It's time for a man up class on men up, because y'all gotta cut that out. That I thoroughly cannot stand our women anymore. I'm thoroughly disgusted. I get it. I understand it. I know what you're going through, but you can't be mad at somebody that didn't take nothing from you. You ain't give them nothing. They ain't take nothing from you. You can't be mad at them. That's just how they move. They socialize differently. We gotta prove better. And you prove better by not giving a damn about them. Listen, I don't care nothing about your musty ass box. You're not cute at all. Y'all gotta stand tall on that. And you won't be so caught up in the back and forth, the discussions and the dialogues and the debates, because women like that wear that. I'm telling you, I never thought I would be watching those uh, YouTube space like that talking about pop a balloon. But man, that shit opens your eyes. You like, yo, these young people are stupid, dumb, just dumb, and how they're being forced to relate and deal with each other on that level. It's like mind blowing. Like, woo, shit. It's really wild, you know? But yeah, there's a very strong lost black woman nation. And you just come from a lot of trauma, a lot of toxic incidents. Excuse me. Have women not stable at all mentally. They in some other shit. And like I said, this is for men. I'll do a man only joint. So y'all can really discuss it and get it off your chest and try to get to some solutions. But I'll give y'all one jewel, one only. Love who love you. Love who love you. And that goes at any type of situation you may be in. The best Max will tell you that. I'm with whoever wants this game. That's who cute. That's who fine to me. Somebody want this game. That's it. Y'all bumping your head trying to fit in the spaces that you don't belong. These women is very, very toxic. They got a lot of bullshit with them. Trauma. And they resent you. They resent you for knowing that they traumatized. God body, what's going on? I'm going back home to my old set. How do you approach unconscious rebels with consciousness? In my early teens, I tried but failed. Ended up lowering my intelligence in the end. Keep your intelligence level up here, as always. It is not your duty to make people conscious or woke. Your duty is to make them literate and see themselves. Because you don't have the answers for everybody. You don't. You don't know everybody's problem, issue. You generally can say, I need to make them conscious of how they're moving in the street because we can see that police brutality is a problem in certain areas. Right? You can do that, but you don't have a prescription, an all the way around prescription, because each person in each group has a different set of issues based on their perception of themselves first and whether or not they even acknowledge an enemy. So you can't come in there with a foolproof, I know. No, it's a lot of investigating to see exactly what's going on, what's the issue, what they have at their disposal to fight the issue. But nah, you have to understand your task, all right? I can't read that, hold on. Yeah, love who loves you. That's it. Listen, I see men bump their head because they believe they got a certain type, a certain image. I keep telling y'all this. And I seen some women who I may not know them, but I see them and they're definitely great prospects, good prospects. And men walk past them all the time. I've also seen some great prospects who on some dumb shit. And you are not able to approach them. You know, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. That's why that can't be first priority. You can't sit there and say, well, listen, this is what. No, 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 no. First priority is getting up out of oppression. That's your first priority. Not who you gonna hump on or whether you gonna hump on somebody or not. That ain't nothing. That's not a skill. I don't care how professional you are at it. That's not a skill. Busting your grippers open, or you know, or these men pulling out your goddamn jump off every. That ain't a skill. You dig? Not a skill at all. But it's problematic. Until that's straightened out with some people, some of them won't even get conscious. They won't be able to accept a brand new way of thinking and dealing because their physical take precedence. They're not even ready to receive a good message because, you know, they need their nipples pinched and they got their back blown out before they, you know, that's a hang up too. They get caught. And they thinking that if nobody's doing that to them, they're not valid. So that they still in search of that. But they putting their trauma stipulations on it. So you get a broad and she'll resent you just because you had the ability to talk to her and make her comfortable enough to, you know, to lay up with you. They bug. They really weird. So you have to understand that. But you busy liking her, you getting ready to pay for the last 3 dudes for what they did or for what they didn't do. And the minute you hit a certain pocket, boom, you're in a world of hurt. A world of hurt. So we ain't even talking about dealing with shit the way they dealing with it in Palestine. A black woman couldn't do that. No way. No way. But that's what it's going to take. You know? That's what it's going to take. But nah, shit. Black women heads are gone. Gone. But on the flip side, so is your black man. Your black man is out of here. They doing wild shit. They unaliving kids, unaliving babies. They scraping everybody. They gone. So again, you have to find a way to set a code that works specifically for you. You dig? Dig, all right. So that's what we gonna do. We're going to leave it at that. I'm not going to go into that class. That's a different class. I'm going to go into men. We're going to deal with relationships. We're going to deal with that. But the only jewel I can give you tonight is love who love you. Love who going to take care of you. For real, for real. The small hat police force ain't nothing to break down. It's nothing to break down. They get most of their training when they go over to Israel. And they come over here and do the tactics within their community. What I didn't do is go back over on that side to show y'all what it looked like. You understand? And give you a real tour of Brooklyn so you can see the change as you go through different sections of Brooklyn. And you're like, you aware? I'm like, yeah, I can show you spaces in Brooklyn and blow your mind. You're like, what? So it's, you know, it's a lot. it's a lot that we discuss in class, but I'll be going hard. I'm telling you. I don't think anybody else can give it to you from different angles on a regular basis and consistently still do my work. Look, it's 1 o'clock. People ask, yo, when you go up, I told y'all my average is 2. With my old last, my average is 2 in the morning. Up at 6. Sometimes earlier. Just because this is a need. I don't have the luxury to relax. I don't, because lessons are needed. Lessons are needed. We so far behind. Okay? So, as always, to those who funded the war effort, much appreciation. We see you. Much appreciation. Okay, to my classroom assistants, as always, much appreciation for holding it down with me. Yeah, definitely. Because, shit, y'all could be out there shaking y'all ass. Y'all can. Top, much appreciation. Y'all could be out of Juve, but y'all here with me. Okay? I had to take several steps back and really look honestly at our people. You have to look honestly at our people. Definitely. You got to. You got to. You gotta look, you gotta watch them. But they'll tear you up. We learned that. We learned from Malcolm. We learned that. They'll tear your ass up. Well, that's for real. Thank you. I love my hat. Thank you. Much appreciation for loving my hat. To all my truckers, make sure y'all safe. Y'all get home safe. Listen, if you out in Juve, be careful. That's all. Be extra careful. If y'all at that parade tomorrow, be extra careful. You know. Again, you know, I like to see some of them costumes too. Yeah. Don't just save your little videos for TikTok. I'd like to see it. I might not be following you on TikTok or something. I'd like to see your little costumes, your little grippers peeking out. Yeah. 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 Not you dudes. Neither. Because I know y'all dudes gonna be acting up. I seen y'all in Louisiana in them red dresses. No, y'all better not have that shit on the parkway looking like that. You might get busting your damn head. I'm talking about the females, women's comrades. Shaking their little tail feathers. Don't y'all little ashy ass dudes get the, he said he was at the party. Nah, we not doing that shit. Not at all. That shit up out of here. Okay? Alright? And that's what we do. You know, as always, guard your mind. Everybody in here, that's your job. Make it back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. No altercations, in and out. Educating yourselves. Preparing for the war. Alright? Don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. Yes, very true. Believe in my belief in you. Alright? And again, do what y'all do tomorrow with safety. Don't be licking up. Sitting on the damn ground somewhere on Eastern Parkway and in Buffalo. Your ass is out. Drunk up. Sitting down looking crazy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? That's what we doing. Again, tag these people. Make sure they come to class. 55 gang. Get y'all grades up.